Hi all and welcome. Welcome to my new space. Um, this is where I'll be making more of my videos and most likely be recording my podcast. I'm really excited about it. It's just my space, my little sacred space I'm creating for myself. And you'll probably hear Wolfie snoring. He stole my spot on my seat, so he's actually like right there, snoozing away. So he does this to me all the time. He does it to me in the bed, any chair. Like he knows that I love super comfy spots. So like if I get up to go pee or something, he immediately takes my spot. He's the spot thief. Okay. All right. Well, I'm making this video because I want to talk to you guys about the healing services that I offer. I never have ever publicly talked about it, although it's been on my website for a while now. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why I never talked about or spoke about what I can do as far as healing. Some of the reasons being that the huge factor was that I was extremely uncomfortable accepting money for helping others heal. And that's something that I've had to move through for quite a few years, since 2013, so 5 years. In 2013, that is when I met Charles Virtue and a handful of other beautiful women and one man, Dieter. And these are all souls that I know, that I've known from other lives, and we all recognized one another. You know, we may not have remembered in detail the past lives, but we knew one another. And so that was my first time in this life that I finally came in contact and met someone, more than one person, personally, where we all knew we were intuitives, we were healers, and it's just that if you've watched any of my other videos, I talked about how I struggled in this lifetime, my earth life, being human. See, you can see his head. I hope he doesn't bark. He hears something, so I apologize if he barks because it's pretty loud. I struggled when I was younger with my gifts, knowing my gifts, and knowing and remembering, having memories, past life memories, on and off planet Earth, and just just knowing things, wisdom, and yet being so young and being aware that pretty much everyone around me was spiritually asleep, that there were so many unconscious people around me, including most of my family, all of my family members, except my mother. She was a very good guide for me to help me understand my gifts when I was younger. But anyways, so he's so silly. When I met Charles Virtue and the ladies, it was a master intensive course. I forgot how long we all traveled together, but we all traveled through different villages and cities in Italy while he went over topics with us. I don't say teaching, and he didn't say teaching either. When we had a personal conversation, he told me he wasn't teaching me anything I didn't already know, that he was just reminding me. And that is a huge reason why I have such great respect and admiration for Charles Virtue, because he's a very humble being and very in tune with his purpose. And, you know, you just see a lot of teachers, you see a lot of healers, especially in the new age circles and things like that, where they boast about their abilities and boast about what they can do and all that. Not part of this topic or video, so I'm not going there right now. Anyways, so he's just a very respectable being, soul. And during this time with Charles Virtue and the lovely ladies, we call each other, our group, the Angel Posse, you know, of course he talked about money, like, you know, our gifts, being able to communicate with angels and beings to bring forth messages to people using tools. Cards are just one tool to help. Don't need to use cards, but it's a helpful tool. It's just a tool. And so money came up, and I just remember telling them, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can accept money to help others. I was like, isn't that one of the main reasons that so many people aren't receiving help? Maybe they just can't afford it. And I remember when I was activated in 2011, end of 2011, and then 2012, I had left my life, my current previous life in Indianapolis, and moved back to the small little city that I had spent a lot of time, like middle school and high school. And I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't really have money, which didn't really bother me. But when it came to healing and like trying to buy certain things, or I was finding certain services that I thought would help me purge a lot of things, I just didn't have the money for it at the time. So, I mean, I know that struggle, and I expressed that to him. And even after the trip in Italy, I struggled with it on and off. If someone approached me and knew what I could do, I offered it to them and didn't ask for money. And so, you know, throughout my social media, if you know me from Instagram, I mean, and if we've talked a lot, you know that I would talk with you, I'd email with you and share insights with you and let you know what's going on. I'd let you know about the astrological alignments. I'd let you know about the energy that I could feel coming from you, or what blocks you were working through, things like this. And I would just do it for free. And it's taken me 5 years to get to this point where I really am integrating it and realizing that this is my job. You know, we all came here with gifts. Some of us are in careers and jobs where we get to use these gifts and talents, and some of us aren't. Some of us are doing jobs where it's not really in alignment with your soul or your purpose, but you're doing it because it's part of society for whatever reasons, right? We can talk about that in another video, or you can check out other videos I have. But the point is that some of us are working in alignment with our soul and our divine purpose, and some of us aren't. And I have been doing both. I have been working in alignment with my soul purpose, but without being open to receive money for it, therefore supporting myself financially, and also juggling a job that's not in alignment with my soul or divine purpose. And I would love to be doing exactly what I'm meant to do. Everybody would love to be doing exactly what they're meant to do. Some of us come here and are so good with building things. They're just gurus at it. Some come here and they are good at teaching children. Some come here and are good with animals. They know exactly what an animal's thinking or how they're feeling, or you know, or their anatomy, what they need, things like that. We all have gifts and talents, and some of these people are lucky enough that there are careers and jobs in these avenues, okay, that it's more socially acceptable, right? So healers, it is and was socially acceptable. It's just in this paradigm, the old paradigm and the patriarchal structure, the capitalist society, it's not socially norm, right? Like we're known as being like the cuckoos, the, whatever. And then there are some people who perhaps were not very clear, had much clarity, or were extremists and did or said some things publicly that have tainted the perspective, the collective perspective on healers, so that some people don't trust us. Some people think we're not authentic, that we are fakes, and that we just take money. And so that has made it hard for us too, right? But also it's us. Some of us just doubt ourselves, but also it's not just me. So many healers struggle with accepting money. And I know also that this has to do with having past life memories too, of knowing that we were once supported by our families and our villages, our cities, wherever we lived, like our tribes. This was just something that was normal and was known, and we were taken care of and supported in different ways. But now, right, we're in modern times, right? Especially in the US, it's not, communities are not what they once were, right? People have become more segregated and individualized, and this society is focused on being an individual and individualizing yourself, really separating yourself. Of course, you need to know who you are, but separating yourself from a community, isolating yourself, it has detrimental effects, and that's a whole nother topic. Communities are good, little villages, tribes, it really does take a village to raise a child, right? That saying has so much depth to it, and there's a reason why. Another topic, anywho. So, like I said, it's taken me 5 years to get to this point where I truly let it sink in that I am worthy and I deserve to be financially supported for what I am naturally good at, what I was born to do. I'm born to be teaching. I was born to help others find their healing. I was born to help clear away distortions, to clear away negative energy cores, to cut away cords, to go into people's fields and, if permitted, and clear away things, to bring things to the light, to bring messages forth, to channel forth sound healing, things like this. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm letting you guys know that I'm ready to be public about that and to lovingly and openly accept energy exchange in the form of money, so that I can be supported, so that I'm human too. I have to pay bills. We have to pay bills, buy good food. I have to support this big wolf monster right here. We are still living in a physical realm. Therefore, material things are needed. They're tools to survive here, right? So, I have edited my website, and on there you'll see more information about what I do, and in descriptions. Isn't he just the cutest? Descriptions of each service, right? And I'll tell you now, right? So I do pranic healing. If you don't know what pranic healing is, I'll provide a link above or below or both, okay? And I chose pranic healing when I found out about it, I knew I was being divinely guided to this modality. And trust me, for years, I have been trying to figure out which modality to study or learn about, because I knew that I had a gift and I didn't have a name for what I knew how to do. You know, going into someone's field, being able to see things. I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient. I can hear, I can see things, I can feel things, clairsentient. And um, so modalities were kind of interesting, but just didn't seem to fit the bill, right? And or had pieces of it. All modalities are fascinating, and I love studying. So I mean, I could do way more. But I knew that once I heard pranic healing, I actually first heard it in Italy from my sister Lou from Australia. And at the time, I actually blew it off, which is so funny. But it, you know, a few years later, when I also dived into my gifts more and developed them and had a bigger, greater understanding, I then, when I was returned to it, I was like, oh yeah. Like, I went to a free meeting, a meetup, and it was a free informational session and then a free pranic session. And I found out they were about to do a course in a few weeks. And I was like, this is it. This will help others trust me more, because pranic, it provides the proof for people, especially people who are very logical or scientific. This is what's so great. Master Choa Kaksui, he incarnated in his last lifetime. He's disincarnated now, but in the last life he had or was here, he was a very logical, practical person and a scientist. So he found a way to bridge the spiritual with the scientific, the spiritual with the science, to show that there is actual physical evidence, tangible proof to back up what was occurring energetically, spiritually. And I was like, wow, this is great, because, you know, people who don't believe so much, you know, in the unseen, you know, there's some tangible proof to grab them and bring them in, to get them thinking, to get them feeling and seeing, you know. And for those who already have faith and believe and know, right, that it's still a fantastic modality. Okay, so I provide pranic healing services. Okay, and that is almost like Reiki, but pranic primarily is about, with permission, going into a person's aura, their field, and cutting away negative, dysfunctional energy cords that have been created throughout their lifetime, maybe even past lifetimes. Okay, cutting these energy cords, going in and clearing away clogged, negative, dysfunctional energy. So any area in your field that it has built up energy, which for you, if it has clogged up enough in areas in your field or chakras, it may have already physically manifested as an illness or like mental cloudiness. You might continue to have like I said, illnesses, right? Like maybe you have a cold, or maybe you have a physical pain in a part of your body. Maybe it's become more severe, like an actual disease, things like that. Also, things regarding the mind, mental disorders, which technically there are different courses within pranic healing for that. So anyways, this is what we do. Okay, so that's pranic healing. Of course, I also provide readings, which I have listed 2 different kinds. Okay, so there are angel oracle readings, or just angel readings, and these are more brief, where you can ask a question, or just say, I would like to have some general guidance, whatever. It's something that's more, it's brief. I will still use my clair abilities and call on your guides, the angels, my guides, the divine beings, to assist and bring forth any messages. But it's a briefer reading and session, okay? And then I have a more in-depth reading available where I do this very same thing, but I am already taking into account that someone who's going to want the in-depth reading is someone who's probably experiencing some kind of physical ailment or having some confusion on a something physical, like needing to heal or something and not knowing how or what. It still could be something in life, like maybe a decision or a relationship or whatever. But anyway, so it'll be a more in-depth, holistic approach where not only do I call on your guides and angels and ask for assistance, but I also take into account like your constitution, your doshas, which is Ayurveda. So this would pertain more to if like you have some kind of health issue or you are trying to just continue the betterment of your health, right? So I'll just take into different things like your body, your elements within your body. I'll incorporate, if needed, like crystal healing and sound healing. For more information, definitely go check out my site, okay? It's just a more holistic approach where I pull from different avenues of healing that I have come to know and incorporated in. So it'll be a lot of information for you. Hence, that's why it's more in-depth and costs a little bit more. The investment is a little bit more. And then I also provide coaching. Sorry, I literally had a brain fart. I only had a brain fart because I was literally gonna also express that you, not you must, but I will encourage you to have the realization that you are worthy to invest in yourself, especially women. I really am saying this to women, okay, because I've experienced it myself, okay, that I just naturally like to take care of people. A, because I'm a woman, but B, because I'm an empath, I'm a nurturer, I have a lot of kapha in my constitution, so we're very giving, loving, nurturing, mother-like people. But women in general, we love, well, most women, if they're really in touch with their femininity and the feminine nature and energy, we love to serve and nurture and take care. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful quality. But in that, we can become imbalanced and forget to take care of ourselves. And so I just want to let you know, women, that you have to also cut out time for yourself. You also have to give energy to yourself, self-love, self-nurturing, self-care. And that also extends into reaching out and asking for help or just assistance if needed, right? So if I have services or I have gifts that I can use to help you, like, you are worthy to invest in that. So not only is it about me realizing I'm worthy to accept energy in the form of money, you also have to realize you are worthy to invest energy into your health, your healing, your well-being in the form of money. And that goes for men too, but I just really wanted to say that for women because we have more of that habit, that negative, dysfunctional habit. And it's not just women, a lot of men who have are more in tune with their feminine energy, right? Because there are men who are very nurturing and caring. I have / had a cousin. He passed last year, but he was also a very nurturing, caring male, and so he would forget to take care of himself. So men, that can happen to you too. So realize that you are worthy to invest in your health. You are worthy to invest in being the best person you can be within and without. Like, once we work on things within, even within our health, our organs, it manifests physically into better health. Okay. So also, lastly, I provide coaching services. So if I gave you a reading and I gave you the tools to help you with your situation, if you still don't know how to go about it, or you just need like motivation or coaching, I provide that service as well. And if I didn't give you a reading and you have a question or need guidance or healing and you want to be coached through it, I can coach you. So I provide that. I'm thinking about like creating another service where I just provide sound healing. Although that's incorporated in energy, the energy work I do, like if I'm doing pranic on you and it comes forth, it comes forth. I don't stop it. So it's part of the pranic healing. And sometimes when I'm doing a reading, it comes forth. If it comes forth, it comes forth. It's what's coming down through me. But I'm thinking of just providing a soul service where it's just sound healing, which that would entail toning and light language, literally whatever comes forth, even messages. That's been happening a lot more lately, even just within my life, and I don't want to hold that back. I want to be doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing and not refraining from that. And I got some coaching from Daniel Scranton, like a really cool, lovely soul. I don't know if you know of him, but a fellow Star Broski. He's awesome. So I took one of his classes back in 2016, and like I did all of them except like one last lesson. So he hasn't given me my certificate, but I mean, it's something. I did it so that I would have a certificate for people who need tangible proof. But light language and stuff is something that's also natural. I just, like I said, like with pranic healing, I kind of just wanted some tangible proof for those who just have a hard time trusting or having faith. I noticed some people who are more logical who still rely on papers, things from the old paradigm where we get certified, we get diplomas, so we can just hang it on the wall and look official. Although I'm not going to lie, I do feel very proud of taking the time and energy to study something, to put forth effort, and therefore, it's kind of like something for you, like a token, so you remember that you did dedicate yourself to something. I see it from that perspective as well. But anyways, I will be receiving my certificate from Daniel Scranton. All I have to do is just send in one more assignment to him. But anyway, so I believe that's going to be added to the site as well. So these are all the services that I provide, and I encourage you to go to my site and look and read through whatever resonates with you, and I'll provide as many links as I can below. And I think that's about it. As always, this will resonate with whoever it is meant to resonate with, but I'm so grateful to just be stepping forth fully into what I'm meant to do, working on the projects that I'm meant to be working on, being public about helping with healing, and working more on publishing YouTube videos. The last thing I want to say is that please, I have, a link, paypal.me/Trina Otero, where you can donate at any time. And I would love, and I lovingly accept your love donations. I would greatly appreciate the support so I can get my projects moving along faster. The podcast, which I've been talking about for so long, it is a love child that this is something that's huge and that I'm definitely meant to be doing, and I want to get to it. And I also want to make my website ad free. I apologize for the ads. I didn't know it was that ugly. Like WordPress has changed a bit. So the ads are big and bulky and ugly. So help me make my website ad free. I would love that support, and thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for receiving. Namaste. Mitakoe ayo oyasin. Aroha nui. Be blessed, guys. Bye.